What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make stubs in MLB The Show 21. I'm going to show you how to become a market whiz. I'm going to show you also the game modes that you should play in order to get stubs as well. Hopefully by the end of this video I can show you at least one thing that you didn't know to brush up on your fundamentals of how to make stubs. If you are a no money spent player, this video is going to be essential for you. Even if you do spend money on the game, this is going to show you ways that you can accumulate stubs to buy your favorite cards in MLB The Show 21. Okay, so before we get into the tips, we need to explain the two columns that you see on the screen. You see the buy now column and you see the sell now column. So for Salvador Perez here, if I want to buy Salvador Perez immediately, I can buy him for 1900 stubs. If I want to sell him immediately, I can sell him for 1386 stubs. Over on the left, in the buy column, people have listed Salvador Perez's for sale on the left side. On the right side, in the sell column, this is the column where people are listing, hey, I would like to buy this Salvador Perez. This is the price that I would like to pay. I'm going to place a buy order for 1401 stubs for Salvador Perez. You can see I click it over here, 1401. I hit X, I hit finalize, and it is going to pop up over in this column on the right once it gets done loading here. So now you can see my buy order is at 1401 over on the right side. If someone sells me the card and I already have one extra Salvador Perez, I can take this card, I can do a sell order, and we will place it over into this column. From this, we're going to place a sell order. It's going to go over into this column, and we're going to place it at 2030. So it will be the first one selectable. And someone did put in one for 2000 because of the lag, but you can see our order went over on the left side at 2030. So that's basically how you use the buy and sell order. If you have any questions on this, let me know down in the comments below. But now that you know how this works, we can get into the rest of the tips and start getting into the tips. So the first thing that you want to look for is price gaps. You can see over here, if someone wants to buy now on Jorge Soler, it's going to be 358. It's going to be 358. And if we want to get someone to sell them to us, we can put in an order for 168. You always want to be at the front of the line by one stub as best as you can. So here's the thing. If we are about to buy him for 167, let's say, let's go over here and let's put in an order for 357. Okay. And we can see it says seller will receive 321 stubs. So if we buy him for 168, we can sell him for 321 and we can make that difference in profit. So is that a good gap? I mean, really any gap that you're going to make profit on is good because the market, there's so many transactions on the market. You can always get cards sold to you and you can always have people just buy the cards. And we're going to explain why that is. But one of the main reasons is there's just so many transactions going on. There's so many people that play the game that you really can take advantage of this to make stubs. So what cards should you be looking for in terms of cards that are going to be changing hands drastically? Because the two things that we're really looking for are we're looking for a good gap and we're looking for things that have a high frequency of sell. We might find a good gap, but if the card isn't selling a lot, it isn't changing hands a lot, it's not going to be that profitable because now we've bought our inventory, but we're not getting it out fast. So we want to find a good gap with something that sells fast. So what's something that's going to sell fast and change hands a lot? Well, new content is always going to change hands a lot because people haven't used it yet, so they want to try it out and they want to sell it quickly. So new content trends are something that you really need to take advantage of in MLB The Show 21 flipping. That's why I'm over at the 42 series now. This is some of the newest content that we've had in the game, so definitely pay attention to when new content comes out. It usually comes out on Tuesdays and it usually comes out on Fridays. So another factor you have to think with yourself is what cards cards do people actually care about getting? Well, number one, people care about getting players more so than they do stadiums or these audio sounds like these examples that I have up on the screen now. What cards do people care about getting? You know, definitely player cards, definitely equipment cards, unlockable stadiums, not as much. It's not something that you just have to have in order for your Diamond Dynasty team to succeed. You also have to think to yourself, what cards do people not mind paying full price on? So there's a lot of players that are just going to play Road to the Show in this game. And for example, these batting gloves, they cost 184 stubs. It's not a lot of stubs to just go with 184. But if you were able to buy them at 27 and continuously flip them at 184, this is an example of a card set within the game that people just don't care about paying full price. They just want the batting gloves now. You're going to see that across the board with common cards, with bronze cards, with silver cards, with gold cards. What's the difference really between paying the 3,000 to just get the card now, you're done, or paying the 2,000 and saving 1,000? Most people are just going to buy that quick 3,000. It's going to happen to everyone over the course of the year. Keep in mind, you never ever have to do that. You will always get it sold to you. That's one of our key rules. But I'm just saying, think in your mind, what cards do people just not care about paying full price on? And that leads us into the one stub rule. You should always bid one stub above what somebody else has, and you should always list your stuff one stub below whatever somebody else has. Because if you lower the price, you're really just bidding against yourself. So seeing this at 27 like we have on the screen, there's no point for me to go up to 50, and there's no point for me to list it at 100. They're both going to get bought on that side and sold on that side at that price. So don't jump way over the top. There's just no need on either side. You're really just bidding against yourself, and I just don't recommend that you do that. Follow the one stub rule. The other thing that I don't recommend that you do is putting more than 3 orders on one specific card at one specific time. So if I was about to buy these batting gloves, and look at this huge gap as well, I don't want to buy these batting gloves and have like 10 of them that I have to unload. A better example is, as the year goes on, there's going to be some diamonds that go down in price. Eventually you might get a lot of them sold to you, but when you're trying to resell them on the other side, you're going to be setting your price against yourself. If you only have 2 or 3 at a time, you're going to get them, you're going to get rid of them. The prices are going to be relatively where they were. They're not going to be too drastic going up or down. So I recommend really never having more than 2 or 3 orders on a card at a time. Just diversify like what you're going to buy. So another tip that I have for you is game modes and long-term impacts. So when the new ranked season comes out, the new battle royale comes out, and the new events, they all have cards that go along with them. You can see in ranked seasons, if you get to the World Series, you're going to be able to unlock one of those cards, either Prince Fielder, Nolan Ryan, or Ryan Sandberg. Also in ranked seasons, it's different this year. If you can get all the way up to 40 wins, you're going to be able to unlock those cards as well. What's going to happen is the quicker people get to these plateaus, those cards are going to be worth more. So if you can get to these plateaus very, very quickly, that's going to be beneficial to you. But also, these cards are just going to go down and down and down and down and down in value as more supply hits the market. So it's something you got to think about too if you're trying to buy one of these cards. And this is not even so much as making subs, it's more a thought of like, should I buy one of these World Series cards at the top price when they're just going to go down if I wait a little bit? It's the same thing with these battle royale awards. So I'm currently waiting on Solaire's price to go down before I pick him back up, because I know more people are going to unlock him. And it's the same thing with these events as well. This Miguel Cabrera, if you can get to the 41s the fastest, you can sell them for the most. But here's also the thing. So eventually these events and these seasons end. So you can see over here, this event ends April 27th. What happens when the event ends? Well, you cannot get this card anymore. The supply cuts off. So when the supply cuts off on the ranked seasons or the events or the battle royale, those cards are going to go back up in value. So if you buy one of them at that point in time when they're at their lowest, you wait maybe a month or so, it's going to skyrocket in value. They won't put all the rewards back into the game until way later. I'm talking like November, December, towards the very end of the game. That's when you'll start to be able to get some of these rewards. But there's going to be more collections that come out that you're going to need these cards for, or just in general, people want to try out and buy different cards and try out different pieces of content that they didn't have. So that's kind of what I mean with the game modes, and just kind of monitoring how these game mode rewards are going to affect the market and affect certain cards. Also, another good rule to live by. So you can see in the sell column now, now, the sell now column, it's at 1,050 for this Alex Verdugo. So if we put in a fake order here and we go to a buy order, and let's just say we put it at 1,050, this is a good rule of thumb. See how the seller will receive only 945? You can quick sell cards in this game. You can quick sell a gold quick sells for 1,000 stubs. So if I were to go to quick sell and I wanted to go to the quick sell options, I could quick sell that Verdugo for 1,000 stubs. There's no reason to sell it on the market for 943 when I could have just quick sold it. Diamond player cards, they quick sell for 5,000 stubs. Gold player cards, they quick sell for 1,000 stubs. Silver player cards, they quick sell for 100 stubs. Bronze player cards, they quick sell for 25 stubs. And common cards, they quick sell for 5 stubs. So never sell a card to the other side. You shouldn't even do that anyway. You should just put up the buy order because someone's going to buy it. But just keep in mind, like, don't sell them to the other side for less than you could have quick sold them for. So another thing to pay attention to is the actual MLB, because cards go up and down in Diamond Dynasty. About every 2 weeks there's a roster update, and so you can see this Corbin Burns is 79 silver is going for a ton right now because a lot of people think he's going to jump all the way up to Diamond because he's pitching so well in real life. Cards go up and they go down based on how well they are doing, so make sure you keep an eye on the actual MLB so you can make some investments. So if you were to get this Corbin Burns, say at like 200 to 300 when the game started out, or even 1,000 because he's a really good pitcher at a 79, you could have invested in him then, and now he goes up in value. So make sure you keep an eye on the actual MLB. Another good thing to check, especially if you're unlocking a lot of content, opening up a lot of packs, is, for example, like I got this Wiggler Slam thing. I'm probably never going to use it. You could either view it in the market, and it's only going for 1,000. It's not going for very much, so let's just go ahead and quick sell it, and we're going to pick up 1,000 stubs. Make sure you clean out with your binder with a bunch of stuff that you don't want or you don't need. Like I got a couple of these fadeaway things. I'm just going to quick sell them each instead of even putting in the market. I don't think they go for very much, but there's probably a bunch of junk just lying around in your inventory as well that you don't need, and it really accumulates over time. Like we have this record scratch thing. I'm probably not going to use this sound effect. It's going for 1,000, so I might as well just quick sell it, pick up my 1,000, and I don't have to wait for anybody to pick it up, and I still got my 1,000. There's a ton of equipment that just builds up over time too. Like we got multiple bat skins. Just go through your inventory, and like there's no way I'm ever going to use all these bat skins. I might as well just go into the market, just go over here, set it for a price. Let's see, let's go like 196, and it will probably sell close to instantly. So just make sure you go through your binder and get rid of some of your old stuff. By cleaning out the garage, so to speak, and having a garage sale with your item binder, you can pick up a good amount of stubs from stuff just laying around your binder. So make sure you do that. Well, I hope this gives you some information on how to become a market whiz and how to make some stubs in MLB The Show 21. You can always stop by my stream, twitch.tv/MovieGamingTV. If you have any questions, our chat is really educated on the game. We've been playing for a long time, and we like new players to come over, ask questions. We will help you out over there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a great day and happy stub making.